Hello there, my name's Anna Lundberg, and I'm the founder of One Step Outside, where we help people around the world create a business and build a lifestyle that brings them more freedom, flexibility, and fulfillment. And this past month, we've been putting freelancing in focus. So IPSE's National Freelancing Day is coming up on Thursday. Maybe I'll see you there. And for that reason, we've been looking at freelancing as an alternative to the corporate 9 to 5. So we looked at why freelance, what are the advantages, what's the appeal of being a freelancer. We looked at how to get started if you're just starting out as a freelancer and taking your first tentative steps. We looked at the challenges and talked about that feast or famine roller coaster ride that is a bit of the stereotype of being a freelancer. And I really just wanted to round out these last few weeks. I've really enjoyed focusing on this particular area in terms of freelancing, connecting with a lot of you who are freelancers. So thanks so much to those of you who've shared your insights, either as explicit quotes in the articles or if you've been messaging back and forth with me and commenting and so on. I really appreciate your time. And I want to leave you with two final pieces of advice based on what we've been talking. So first of all, and it will come as no surprise to you if you've been following me for a while, I want to really remind you to imagine and define what success means to you. I think we very easily get caught up in those deadlines and clients, and we can't say no, we have to do this project, and that sort of the work blurs into personal life as we work into the evenings and on holidays and so on. And I think we lose sight of why we started to freelance in the first place. And if you're anything like those of people I've spoken to, that freedom and flexibility is really core there. So time with your family, with your loved ones, being able to prioritize things like exercise or whatever's important to you in your life, and managing your workload so that it works for you. And above all, of course, doing fulfilling work as well. So if you find yourself feeling a bit disillusioned by the whole thing, longing back to a full-time job, I'd really encourage you to take a step back and reimagine what success looks like for you. Remind yourself why you started out as a freelancer and try to get yourself back on track. Reshift some priorities, move things around, maybe say no to a project now and then, and just get back into the things you loved about this to begin with. Now, the second piece of advice I want to give you is to think like a business. And I think some of you perhaps already do this, others don't really relate to the term entrepreneur and running a business. But I'd really encourage you to reframe and think of yourself not just as being self-employed or a sole trader, one individual freelancer, but think of yourself as a business. And that means a few different things. It means, of course, taking your finances really seriously. So getting professional accountancy support, tracking your finances, chasing invoices, making sure that you're really on top of those numbers, which is so much more important when you're actually running your own business compared to when we just had that salary flowing in as a full-time job. So that's the first part of sort of thinking like a business. The second thing is to be really proactive about your marketing and think about how you can build your personal brand. That's going to help to get you out of that sort of cycle of being dependent on a few clients, because you're constantly networking. I know, a dirty word, but you're talking to people, having those conversations. And you're really putting yourself out there, you're commenting, you're engaging on LinkedIn, you're showing that you have this expertise and passion in this area, that you do have all these skills and experience in, and that's going to come across, and that will build your equity in terms of your personal brand. So whether that's on a blog or here on LinkedIn, whether you choose to do that via another channel like Twitter, for example, is great for some freelancers, find a way to really establish yourself as an expert in your field, and that's really going to create a snowball effect. And the last one, which takes a bit more thinking and a bit more work, is to actually consider creating products and not just these hourly or project-based services. So as I said, it takes a bit more strategic thinking and thinking about how you can package up your services and to sell products, and that dream of having more of a passive income, as it were. And nothing's ever passive, but certainly there's a great diversification of income streams that comes from setting up those products and not just your services. So those are my two main tips for you. Define what success looks like for you and remind yourself why you're doing this in the first place. And secondly, start to think like a business. And with that, we're finishing up our month on freelancing, but I wanted to leave you with an invitation to have a chat with me. So I thought since we've been focusing on freelancing, I'd free up some time in my calendar for some free strategy sessions to focus exclusively for you guys who are freelancers, wherever you are in the journey, whether you're just starting out or you're really far down the line, and you're looking at maybe building your personal brand, taking that to the next level, or perhaps you are intrigued by this idea of packaging up your services in a product and creating those additional revenue streams. So if that's of interest, you can book a call with me at onestepoutside.com/call. That's onestepoutside.com/call. Of course, I'll put the link in the comments as well. But I'd love to have a chat with you. It's a free 30-minute chat. No obligation to buy anything, don't worry. We'll just focus on whatever you bring to the table in terms of your freelancing career and how I might be able to help you. It might be, again, in terms of your personal brand, in terms of packaging your services, or it might be finding a way back to that so-called all-elusive work-life balance and setting some boundaries in your life as well. So happy to take the conversation where you feel is most powerful for you. So thanks again so much for watching. Thanks everyone who's been involved this month, and I look forward to seeing you perhaps on Thursday in London. And if not, then I'll see you back here next week for another video on a new and exciting topic. Thanks so much, and bye for now.